Welcome to today's Blueprint News. Today we're taking a deep dive into the latest New York governor polling averages according to Race to the WH, and these numbers give us a very clear picture of where this race stands right now. New York is traditionally considered a Democratic stronghold, but recent election cycles have shown us something important. Margins are tightening, and voter enthusiasm matters more than ever. Let's break this down step by step. On the Democratic side, incumbent Governor Kathy Hochul commands a commanding 63% in the polling average. That is not just a lead, that is dominance. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado sits at just 12.9%. That gap tells us something very important. The Democratic base appears largely unified behind Hochul. There is no immediate sign of a serious primary threat. Party infrastructure and name recognition are clearly on her side. But here's the strategic question. Is this strength within the party translating equally well to the general electorate? That's where things get interesting. On the Republican side, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik leads strongly with 54.7%. That's more than triple her closest competitor. Behind her, Mike Lawler, 16.3%, Bruce Blakeman, 13.7%. This indicates Stefanik is the clear Republican favorite at this stage. And let's not ignore something critical. Stefanik has strong national visibility and close ties to Republican leadership in Washington. That could significantly impact fundraising and national attention. So if this becomes Hochul versus Stefanik, we could see a high-profile and well-funded contest. Now let's examine the head-to-head scenarios. Hochul versus Stefanik. Hochul 48.8%, Stefanik 33.4%, undecided 18.6%. Hochul leads by nearly 15 points. That is a comfortable margin, but it's not a landslide, and nearly 19% of voters remain undecided. In modern elections, undecided voters often break late and sometimes disproportionately towards challengers. So while Hochul leads, this race is not mathematically locked. Hochul versus Lawler. Hochul 44.8%, Lawler 29.2%, undecided 26.0%. Now this is fascinating. Hochul drops below 45% here, and undecided voters rise to 26%, more than 1/4 of the electorate. This suggests Lawler may be less defined statewide, leading to higher uncertainty among voters. That uncertainty can either become opportunity or collapse once campaigns begin defining the candidates. Delgado versus Stefanik. Delgado 38.5%, Stefanik 41.5%, undecided 20%. This is the most competitive matchup. In this scenario, Stefanik actually leads by 3 points. That suggests something very important. While Hochul may have strong general election positioning, Delgado may not yet have statewide strength to hold Democratic advantage in a head-to-head race. Candidate selection matters. Hochul versus Blakeman. Hochul 50.9%, Blakeman 32.4%, undecided 16.7%. This appears to be Hochul's strongest scenario. She crosses the critical 50% threshold, which is psychologically and politically significant. Once a candidate polls above 50%, it signals majority consolidation. Here's what the numbers collectively suggest. Hochul is secure in her primary. Stefanik is the dominant Republican contender. In most general election scenarios, Hochul maintains an advantage. However, undecided voters remain unusually high across matchups. And remember, in recent New York elections, Republicans have performed better than historical averages in certain suburban and upstate regions. That means campaign messaging, turnout, and national political climate could all influence the final result. Can Stefanik expand beyond the Republican base into moderates and independents? Can Hochul maintain strong Democratic turnout in urban centers like New York City? Will undecided voters break towards stability or towards change? These are the questions that will define this race. So, what do you think? Is Governor Hochul on track for re-election, or could Elise Stefanik make this race competitive? Comment below and share your prediction.